Stop what you're doing for just 1 second and think about your coffee maker. Yes, the one sitting on your counter right now that made your coffee this morning.
I want you to ask yourself a question, and I promise this isn't meant to scare you, but it might. When was the last time you actually cleaned the inside of that machine?
Not wiped down the outside, not rinsed out the pot, but really cleaned the parts you can't even see.
If you're like most folks, the honest answer is probably, I can't remember. Or maybe even, never.
And here's the part nobody tells you. That warm, dark, damp little chamber inside your coffee maker is basically a 5-star hotel for mold, yeast, and bacteria.
Today, I'm going to show you how to fix that in just 5 minutes using something that costs about $1 and is probably already sitting in your kitchen cabinet.
No harsh chemicals, no complicated tools, no scrubbing until your arm gives out. Just a simple, safe trick that will leave your coffee maker looking,
smelling, and working like the day you brought it home.
Stick around because what I'm about to show you might just change your morning coffee routine forever. Let's talk about why this happens.
Because understanding the problem makes the solution feel a whole lot more satisfying.
Your coffee maker is warm, it's wet, and it's dark inside. If you had to design the perfect breeding ground for mold and bacteria on purpose,
you honestly couldn't do much better than the inside of a coffee maker. Every time you brew a pot, water sits in that reservoir, travels through hidden tubes, and drips through a warm chamber. Then the machine sits there for hours, sometimes days, with leftover moisture just waiting inside those tubes. Mold spores float through the air in every single home. That's just a normal part of life. But when they land somewhere warm and damp with no sunlight, they don't just survive, they thrive. Now, here's the part that really gets people. Studies on household coffee makers have found mold and yeast growing inside a shocking number of machines. And in some cases, researchers have even found strains of bacteria similar to what you'd find in a bathroom. I know that sounds unpleasant, and I'm not telling you this to gross you out for no reason. I'm telling you because once you understand what's really happening in there, you'll never look at your coffee maker the same way again, and you'll finally understand why your coffee might taste a little off, a little bitter, or a little stale, even when you're using fresh beans or fresh grounds. It's not always the coffee that's the problem. Sometimes it's the machine itself. And here's something else most people don't think about. If you or your spouse have a weaker immune system, or if you're caring for grandkids who visit and get a cup of hot cocoa made with that same hot water system, this really does matter. Mold and bacteria buildup isn't just a taste issue. It can actually affect your health over time. But don't worry, because the fix for this is so much simpler than you'd think. You don't need to buy an expensive descaling solution from the store, and you definitely don't need to call a repairman. You just need one humble kitchen ingredient that's probably sitting in your pantry right now. Here's the best part of this whole video. You do not need to run out to the store for this. In fact, if you head to your kitchen right now, there's a very good chance you already have everything you need. The star of this whole method is plain white distilled vinegar. That's it. That's the secret weapon. A regular bottle costs about $1, sometimes even less if it's on sale, and one bottle will last you through several cleanings. Alongside the vinegar, you'll want to grab a few other simple things. You'll need clean water, just regular tap water works perfectly fine. Grab a soft sponge or a soft cloth, nothing rough or scratchy, because we want to protect the surfaces of your machine, not scratch them up. You'll also want a small bowl of warm, soapy water for wiping down the removable parts. If you have an old, soft toothbrush lying around, keep that nearby too, because it's absolutely perfect for getting into small crevices and tight corners where grime likes to hide. And finally, you'll want your coffee filters, whether that's the paper kind or a reusable basket filter, whichever your machine uses. Now, why vinegar? This is important, so let me explain it simply. Vinegar is naturally acidic, and that acidity is exactly what breaks down mineral buildup, dissolves mold, and kills bacteria. It's been used as a natural cleaning agent for generations, long before store shelves were filled with expensive specialty cleaners. Your grandmother probably used it, and her grandmother probably used it too. It's gentle enough that it won't damage the plastic or metal parts inside your coffee maker, but it's strong enough to cut through the buildup that's been quietly collecting in there. Best of all, it's completely safe. There are no harsh fumes to worry about, no chemical residue left behind, and nothing dangerous if a little gets on your hands. That's exactly why this method has stayed popular for so long, because it simply works, and it works safely.
All right, let's get into the good part. I'm going to walk you through this slowly and clearly, step by step. So even if this is your very first time deep cleaning a coffee maker, you'll feel completely confident doing it. Step 1. Empty and prepare your machine. Start by unplugging your coffee maker completely. This is an important safety step, so don't skip it. Once it's unplugged, remove the coffee pot, take out the filter basket, and if your machine has a removable water reservoir, take that out too. Give these pieces a good rinse under warm water to remove any loose coffee grounds or residue. Set them aside on a towel to dry for just a moment while we prepare our cleaning solution. Step 2. Make your vinegar solution. Here's where the magic starts. Take your empty water reservoir and fill it halfway with plain white vinegar. Then fill the rest of the way with clean water. So essentially, you're making a 50-50 mixture of vinegar and water. If your coffee maker doesn't have a removable reservoir, that's completely fine too. You can pour this same mixture directly into the water chamber where you'd normally add water for brewing. Now, here's the part most people miss, and it's actually one of the most important parts of this whole process. Before you turn the machine on, place a fresh paper filter into the filter basket, just like you're about to brew a regular pot of coffee. This filter is going to catch all of the loosened mineral deposits, mold particles, and grime that get flushed out during this next step. Without it, that gunk could end up right back in your cup, and we definitely don't want that. Step 2. Run the brew cycle. Once your filter is in place and your vinegar and water mixture is sitting in the reservoir, go ahead and turn your machine on and start a brewing cycle just like you're brewing a regular pot of coffee. Let it run about halfway through the cycle and then turn the machine off. This is a really important little trick, so pay attention here. Turning it off partway through lets that hot vinegar solution sit inside the tubes and chamber for a while, which gives it time to really break down and dissolve all that built-up mold and mineral residue. Let it sit for about 30 minutes to a full hour. Think of this like letting a cleaning solution soak into a dirty pan before you scrub it. That soaking time is where the real cleaning happens. Step 4. Finish the brew cycle. After your soaking time is up, turn the machine back on and let it finish the rest of that brewing cycle. Once it's done, take a look at the pot. Don't be alarmed if the liquid looks a little cloudy or has some small particles in it. That's actually a good sign. That's all the buildup that used to be sitting inside your machine, and now it's out. Go ahead and pour that vinegar water mixture down the drain and toss that used filter in the trash. You'll likely be surprised and maybe a little grossed out by just how much came out of a machine that looked perfectly clean on the outside. Step 5. Rinse thoroughly with clean water. This next step is absolutely essential, so please don't skip it. We need to rinse out all that vinegar so your next pot of coffee doesn't taste like salad dressing. Fill the reservoir with plain, clean water, put in a fresh filter, and run a full brewing cycle again. Once that's done, empty the pot and repeat this rinse cycle one more time. 2 full rinse cycles with plain water should be enough to completely clear out any leftover vinegar taste or smell. If you're someone who's extra sensitive to smells or tastes, feel free to run a 3rd rinse cycle just for peace of mind. Step 6. Clean the removable parts. While your machine is running through those rinse cycles, this is the perfect time to hand wash the coffee pot, the filter basket, and the reservoir, if it's removable, using warm soapy water and your soft sponge. Take that soft toothbrush I mentioned earlier and gently scrub around any small grooves, ridges, or corners where coffee residue and grime tend to build up and hide. These little spots are often overlooked, but they can hold on to just as much bacteria as the inside chamber. Rinse everything thoroughly with warm water afterward and dry each piece with a clean towel. Step 7. Wipe down the outside. Don't forget the outside of your machine either. Take a clean, slightly damp cloth and wipe down the exterior, the warming plate, and the area around the buttons. Coffee splashes and drips happen more than we realize, and that warming plate especially can collect sticky residue over time. A quick wipe down here makes your whole coffee maker look brand new, not just clean on the inside. Final results. Now here comes the moment you've been waiting for. Once everything is dry and put back together, plug your coffee maker back in and get ready to notice the difference immediately. The first thing most people notice is the smell. That musty, slightly sour odor that you probably didn't even realize was there because you'd gotten so used to it, that's gone. Your kitchen will genuinely smell fresher, and so will your coffee maker itself. The second thing you'll notice is the taste of your coffee. This surprises almost everyone. Coffee brewed from a freshly cleaned machine tastes noticeably cleaner, brighter, and smoother. If your coffee has been tasting a little bitter or a little flat lately, and you assumed it was just the beans or the brand, there's a very real chance it was actually your machine all along. Mineral buildup and bacterial residue can absolutely affect the flavor of your coffee, and once that's gone, your morning cup tastes the way it's supposed to. You might also notice that your coffee maker actually brews faster than it did before. That's because mineral deposits, especially if you have hard water, can clog up the internal tubing over time and slow down the water flow. Clearing that out helps your machine run the way it was designed to. And honestly, there's just something deeply satisfying about knowing that the machine making your coffee every single morning is actually clean, safe, and healthy, instead of secretly harboring mold and bacteria you couldn't see. That peace of mind alone is worth the 5 minutes this whole process takes. Maintenance tips. Now that your coffee maker is sparkling clean, let's talk about how to keep it that way, because a little bit of regular maintenance goes a long way. I recommend running this vinegar cleaning process about once a month if you use your coffee maker every day, and maybe once every 6 to 8 weeks if you use it less frequently. Mark it on your calendar or set a reminder on your phone, something simple like the first Saturday of every month, so it becomes just another easy little household habit, like changing your air filter or checking your smoke detector batteries. Between deep cleanings, there are a few small habits that make a big difference. Try to empty out any leftover water in the reservoir after you're done brewing for the day, instead of letting it sit there overnight. Leaving water sitting in a warm, closed-up machine for hours and hours is exactly the kind of environment that invites mold to grow. Also, get in the habit of washing your coffee pot and filter basket with warm, soapy water every single day, not just rinsing it with plain water. And if you notice your coffee maker starting to brew slower than usual, that's often an early sign of mineral buildup, and it's your cue to run another vinegar cleaning a little earlier than planned. One more little tip that seniors especially appreciate. If you find it hard to remember whether vinegar smell has fully cleared out, just do a quick sniff test of the water in the pot after your rinse cycles. If you smell any vinegar at all, simply run one more plain water cycle. It's better to run an extra rinse than to end up with vinegar-flavored coffee. And there you have it, a coffee maker that's clean, fresh, and completely free of that hidden mold and bacteria buildup, all done in about 5 minutes of actual hands-on work, using nothing but a $1 bottle of white vinegar. No fancy gadgets, no expensive cleaners, no complicated steps, just a simple, safe method that's been trusted for generations and works just as well today as it always has. I really hope this video helped you, and more importantly, I hope it gives you that same little jolt of satisfaction I get every time I clean something that's been hiding in plain sight for way too long. If you tried this method, I would absolutely love to hear how it went for you. So leave a comment down below and let me know what you found when you cleaned out your machine. Trust me, you are not alone if it was a little more than you expected. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor and give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel grow and helps more people find these simple, practical cleaning tips. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and tap the bell icon so you never miss a new video. Because next time, I'm going to show you the simple dollar store trick that gets your microwave sparkling clean in just 2 minutes. No scrubbing required. You are absolutely going to want to see that one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.